We're here with Scott Selby. Been here at Denton Mazda since 2018. Another Denton Mazda employee spotlight. Welcome, Scott.
How's it going? Good to be here.
Well, I've got to know you a little bit over the last few weeks, and I can tell you're passionate about cars. You're a family guy, and I know Mazda is all about family safety. So we're going to jump right in. Let's talk about the importance of safety and how Denton Mazda and the Mazda brand tackles safety.
All of the vehicles in our lineup are going to be IHS Top Safety Pick Plus. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but that's the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. When they give you a Top Safety Pick Plus rating, that's going to be the absolute highest rating you can get. It's going to help with things like insurance, your peace of mind, just knowing your family's in a car. That's one of the safest ones on the road out there.
Well, I can speak to that. My son was in a Mazda 3 a few years ago, coming back from a baseball game, was just on a service road, just going probably about 25, 30 miles an hour, got in some uneven pavement, and he went up a guide wire. The car was basically turned upside down on the guide wire, and he and his buddy just walked away.
No, you'd be surprised. I hear that story pretty regularly since about 2018. So, I mean, been through some iterations of customers who've purchased cars, been in an accident, and they always come back and say, hey, man, this car saved my life. Getting another one.
Being a family guy, having a 2-year-old and a 2-week-old, congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I know how important it is for your family to be in a safe vehicle. You serve a lot of families here at Denton Mazda. Can you talk at a high level without maybe mentioning any family names, how you've been able to serve throughout the years here at Denton Mazda?
For a lot of people, for the longest time, it seemed like Mazda was kind of the go-to first car for a lot of people's kids. You know, turn 16, they want them to be in something safe, something reliable, and something that's affordable too. Mazda kind of ticks all those boxes. For lack of a better term, champagne taste on a beer budget.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's what seems to be the theme here, that people, a lot of the general public don't know what kind of value they can get in a Mazda. Would you say it's really been improved the last few years since you've been here? Mazda's always been about value.
So Mazda has pushed. I want to say it's ever since we've split off from Ford. Safety has become a big priority, and sort of moving out of that economy niche of the market. Mazda's trying to move towards more of a premium vehicle, and that's really reflected in cars like our CX-90 and our CX-70 that have just come out.
Well, you're passionate about cars. You were talking a little bit earlier about, I think you were only 14 years old and you acquired your first classic car. I think your customers, your future customers, and the people here in the Denton County community want to know more about that, because there's a lot of classic car folks in North Texas.
For sure. So I really have always been a car guy. You know, started probably with the Hot Wheels as a little kid. Got one of those little Hot Wheels car wash stations, play with that, and then running the little trucks in the sandbox and stuff like that. But no, I remember as a little kid, I saw one of those C3 Corvettes in my neighbor's yard one day, and I was like, hey, what's that? And he started talking about it, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get me one of those. So I started mowing yards and doing little odd jobs here and there. Winter would come, I'd be scooping snow or whatever. Saved up my money until I was 14, and then started looking around and was able to find one and buy it by the time I was 15 years old.
So at age 15, I'm going to assume you didn't even have your driver's license yet.
No, but I grew up out in the boonies outside of Amarillo, so a little bit of a different world out there. You know, you can get away with a little bit of driving before you turn 6. I don't recommend that to anybody, by the way, but different times.
And Scott, I'm jealous. I've always been a fan of the Corvette. I've never owned one. You own not only one, but 2 Corvettes, a 74 and a 2004. Definitely, I'm about the 67 to mid 70s Corvette. So, sure. So one day we'll grab a sunny day, and I definitely want to go for a ride in that 74 Vet. Do you get to drive them often?
You know, I'm always here. This is where this is my second family, basically. I've got probably more time with these guys than I do with my actual family. It just goes to show you, with this kind of a business, you've got to be involved.
You talk about you wear several hats here at Denton Mazda. You've been a real help to all the things we're doing here, marketing wise and media wise. You help out a lot of the other salespeople as well, and you're always willing to serve others. Tell us about maybe some of the other hats you wear here at Denton Mazda.
Sure. So officially, probably going to just be sales guy and assistant sales manager. So those job duties are going to be pretty self-explanatory. As far as the ASM role, I'm just helping people facilitate deals, helping with some kind of administrative stuff, making sure documents and paperwork's in order, and then making sure that our customers are getting followed up with properly, getting the information they need. As a sales guy, my job is going to be to obviously sell cars, help people find the right vehicle that works for them and their family. Unofficially, I mean, I do a little bit of everything here. If they need a toilet unclogged, I'm your guy. You need a car buffed in the back, I'm your guy. You need help setting up a shoot for a Thursday afternoon, I'm your guy.
Well, you do it with enthusiasm, and you have an uncanny ability, whether it's a 16, 17-year-old coming here and starting the buying journey on their own without a parent here, just to kind of check out Mazda, a seasoned professional find a vehicle for business travel. Tell us about how did you get that ability to be able to cross over so many different types of people?
Probably, I've always had a very entrepreneurial spirit. I would say it really started as a kid, just trying to start businesses, trying to do my own thing. And it's always been, if you want to have a successful business, it's all about the people who work there, the patrons of your business, I guess I would say. It all comes down to treating people right and trying to be upfront and honest with everybody. So that's my main goals: honesty, integrity, and respect.
What's the average length of ownership with a Mazda? When someone walks off the lot with a brand new Mazda, whatever model, what's the average time that they will drive that Mazda before they perhaps trade it in on a new one?
Sure. So you've got two schools of thought with that, right? Mazda is a very reliable brand. So there's some people that are just like, hey, I want something that's not going to give me any problems. I'm going to drive it till the wheels fall off. And Mazda fits that category perfectly. Type of customer that you have is somebody who's saying, hey, every 3 years, I like to upgrade, get into a new car, make sure I'm still in my factory warranties. And I like to have my lowest monthly payment I can possibly get. So for those type of customers, leasing is going to be a good option. And we have a ton of people who just constantly come in, flip their leases every 3 years or so.
Well, come see Scott Selby here at Denton Mazda. He's going to take great care of you.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to, right up Interstate 35, anywhere in Denton County, or really in the entire Metroplex.
Yeah, I mean, a straight shot off of I-35. So you can get here from pretty much anywhere you're coming in about 30, 40 minutes max.
Thanks, Scott, for joining us today. Have a great rest of your week.